This is the amazing Dana Valley. So I've come out to Jordan and I'm going to do a couple of hikes around here. And one of them is starting right now. Going down this valley here out to the other side to a place called Faynan. And then eventually I will end up in Petra. So it's going to be a 4-day hike. If you're new to my channel, this is what I do. I go out hiking, but always with a camera. So this is a photographic channel mostly. But I love hiking, and I love hiking very far. As I go down the valley, let me explain what it's all about. So this is, of course, the fantastic hike that goes all the way to Petra. That is probably what you come to Jordan for. So it starts in a place called Dana Valley. And then it's a 3 to 4 day hike through the mountains, and then you come in the back door to Petra, which promises to be absolutely fantastic. So I'm really looking forward to this, and so far it has not disappointed. This is absolutely amazing. It's January 17th, 2026, and it is very, very cold in the nights. It's something I had a little bit of a hard time believing when I read the stats. It will stick around somewhere around 15 degrees when you're hiking in daytime. But in the night, it drops down to very close to 0. Let's mention a few practicalities about how to get here and that kind of stuff. So you will have to get a visa, but you can get the Jordan Pass, and that will cover not only the visa entry, but also all the entrances to Petra, Wadi Rum, etc. Everything you can think about pretty much. So you're pretty covered, so I recommend that. And when you get here, everything is super expensive around the airport, but then it gets super cheap as soon as you're just a little bit away from that. So I recommend taking a cheap hotel and then try to find a taxi that takes you out there, because transportation is a problem. There's not really any buses unless you go for some kind of tour buses, but that's not the kind of person you are, I don't think. So what you got to do is find a taxi, and the first one gave me an outrageous price. That's 120 Jordanian. He wanted Jordanian dinars, and that's just way too much. That's about 150 euros to get here. So I found somebody else when I was walking down the street, and I offered him 60, and we had a deal. It takes 2 hours to drive out here, and I think 60 is a fair price for that. That's about 80 euros then. Jordan is a very friendly country. It's nothing like other more chaotic Middle Eastern countries you might have been to, like Egypt or anything like that. This is super relaxed. Everybody is really, really friendly, and it feels super safe as well. The fantastic thing by being out in January like this is that there is nobody else here. It's getting increasingly more and more lush around here. It's some kind of a pine tree. I was expecting palms, to be honest. This looks like a fantastic place for a stop. I'm gonna drink some water, maybe make coffee. So about finding gas, it was really simple. It's used pretty much everywhere. So you could go into what seems to be any supermarket and they will have it there. Yeah, I have to say this is really something special. It's midday now, and this is probably as hot as it's gonna get, and I can feel it. It's a good temperature. I think it's probably the perfect hiking temperature. I'm not completely sweated out or anything, so it's all pretty nice. The last third is definitely much flatter, and the whole landscape is getting less dramatic as well. But all you got to do is just turn around and look at what you have behind you. If you need to get a fix of some epic mountains. Look at this. Got the first palm tree I've seen here in this this valley. So these all belong to the Bedouins that I met over there, and they always invite you for a cup of tea. It's getting dark, and it's been a 22-kilometer hike, and it's getting nice and cool. Take a look around. Just maybe 200 meters away from the camping spot. But the first day is almost over, and it's been a very relaxing and quite easy hike, but extremely beautiful. So I'm super happy about everything, and I think it's true that this Dana to Petra hike is probably what you should do if you're going to do any hike in Jordan. It's absolutely stunning so far, and met a lot of good people out there. The Bedouins, fantastic. Never drank so much tea in my whole life as I did now. But yeah, it's going to be fantastic coming into camp. Can pitch the tent, and I got the Alton swag, Walkabout swag, for some stargazing, which looks very promising. I think it's going to be a starry night. And this is Wadi Malaga, and there are some flat spots that is marked out, so I'm going to choose one of these. So if you don't know what a swag is, it's the Australian way of packing a bedroll like this. And this is just a modern day version of it. But to us Europeans, it's more of a biggie bag actually. Distance there you got Israel, and there's like a constant hum or a constant noise. I'm guessing it's fighter jets patrolling around, but it's constant rumbling from there. And that's the way I'm going up into those mountains there with the nice cloud cover. So the Alton really performed, and I did get that cowboy feeling where you just look up into the stars. It was absolutely amazing, and it didn't get too cold. Maybe around 3-4 in the night would dip down a little bit, but nothing too bad. So it was much colder yesterday up in the mountains, so this was absolutely fantastic. Now let's talk about the camera that I'm using. So I got the GFX 100S with me, so it's not really hiking camera. It's a 100 megapixel medium format camera. So it's kind of clunky to carry around, but it promises to give me some fantastic results. Looking back at the desert, it's been about 5 kilometers of a plain desert hike, a bit stony, but not too bad. So there's plenty of these wadis around, but they're all dry, and I am getting thirsty. I'm down to my last half liter of water, and I was hoping there would be some spring here. I think this is it. This is the climb starting now, the big steep one. You should carry at least 4 liters. I'm carrying 2.5, and that's a little bit too little. If I had another liter now, I would be fine until I reach the top of the mountain there. So yeah, I'm gonna have to tough it out a bit. Luckily it's not that hot, but doing this when it's really hot, I think you need maybe even 6 liters. Yeah, it's a proper slug up the gully here, and I am running low on water. And there is none except for this. So you can see these stank pools. But that's why you get a water filter with you. Not bad. That gunky water I found in the rock pools, which was totally yellow, it filtered just fine. There's no aftertaste, no nothing. So yeah, happy I did it. I haven't filtered that kind of heavily colored water before, so that's a good thing to have learned. And this is it, the top. Whew. Really happy about this. Let's see what's on the other side. The weather is super nice, by the way. It's been a bit overcast, so nothing too hot or anything. Okay, you can see, get a nice campsite here. Would be a perfect place to stop and camp, actually. This is looking back. So yeah, you can see it was pretty hard. It is 700 meters up. So let's see the other side. Oh wow, this is looking pretty good. Look at this. Wow. All right. This is why you come to Jordan, isn't it? Finally got a stream, so not a second too late. I'm running really low on water again, so time to fill up. So this here is Spring Abu Fayd that is marked on the map. Now the course wants to go on for another 2.8 kilometers, and I don't know exactly what's there. But to me, this just looks too fantastic to skip. The ground is perfect. I think I would make a mistake if I moved on. G'day! So let's give the Alton another go. I did set it up yesterday, but it was too dark when I came in, and it all became a little bit of a fumble. But now I got plenty of time. So let me show you what it's about, because this really worked out yesterday. It ticked all the boxes that I wanted for a trip like this. Now what I want with a swag is the ability to stargaze. Just lie and do the cowboy camping thing and not feel so confined as you can do in a tent. So you need about 4 pegs. Well, that's the minimum. So you need one in the corners there, and out there and there. It also comes with these 3 poles, and there are channels here where you just put them in. So it's really quite easy. So you got one in the front, that's the big one, and then one in the middle. That will be the middle one, and then one at the end. So you just get them through, and then there will be loops that you put them in. And there you have it. It's all set up, and it's pretty quick. We're talking 2-3 minutes to get it up and running. In there you got quite a bit of extra room where you can store a bag. Get the bug net up there, and you can zip it. and the flap in case it gets cold. Now, like I said, this one is for stargazing, so it should be rolled up most of the time. But that's the Alton swag. This is dinner for today. Tactical food pack, spicy chicken curry. And these are pretty decent. Finally, I can get my cup of coffee. So I was hoping I could explore the area around here and do some landscape photography. And it's always the tricky thing when you're out hiking and you do photography at the same time. Either you have to do it as an opportunistic adventure, where you find something when you're hiking and just click, or you give yourself time when you come to your base camp. But the thing is, you don't know where you're ending up, so you kind of have to get lucky if the place is going to be amazing or not, or if the light is going to happen or not. Like right now, it's completely overcast, but it's not uninteresting. I think there's some texture in the clouds and things like that, so not bad at all. But now I'm losing the light, because even though I came in here at 4, it's not that much time I have left until it gets dark. It gets pitch black here at 6. All right, that's it. Time to tuck in. It's getting dark and it's time to sleep. So, new adventure tomorrow. And it's a good morning. Slept pretty good. Woke up a couple of times, but not cold at all. It was perfectly tranquil and absolutely amazing. Well, that was an exceptional campsite. So I'm kind of curious to see how it looks at the end of the trail stage, which is about 2 kilometers further on. But I think this place that I had was hard to beat. I've done that so many times, where you get the perfect camp spot and just continue on just because the trail says so, and then you miss the absolute excellence of being out there. So I'm not going to follow this wadi for about 2 kilometers. This is the unremarkable end of stage 2, and there's really not much here. Look around, there's not even water or anything. So I'm happy to say that I made the right choice at camping at Wadi Fayd, which was so amazing. So if you do this, don't go all the way to the end, because this is what it is. There's nothing here. It's just dry rock bed, nothing. That was a crazy experience. So I got 3 completely mad dogs hunting after me, and one of them launched for my leg, and I had to walk with them for maybe 200 meters until I came to this Bedouin camp there, protecting their masters. But Jesus, freaked me out. It's actually quite the climb today, so I had to go up 600-700 meters, but it's kind of gentle. It's not so bad as it was yesterday, except for the dogs. But it's a long hike today. It's 22 kilometers, so I better step on it. All right, I did it. The first peak is conquered. Let's take a look at what we have. So way down there is where I stayed somewhere, and that will also be the canyon in the far distance there that I walked through. much out of the main part, the main attraction of the day, and that was stunning, wasn't it? I have to say that was probably one of my favorite parts, and if I would come back, I'd probably bring a lot of water and camp there for at least a night, see if you can't get the light. That was top landscape photography destination, and if you get the light just right, I think you have a couple of bangers around there. I need to mention that there are no markings on this part of the trail. Well, almost none. There are no official markings like the blazes, the red and the white. There are some scribbles here and there, and you have some cairns, but that's about it. So the chance of getting lost is really high if you don't have a GPS. So I strongly recommend coming with downloading the GPX tracks from the Jordan Trail website. They have been a lifesaver for me, or else I don't know how I would find my way around, to be honest. There were so many places where I just would not be able to figure it out. Oh, we had to push it there. So it's about 5 minutes until the sun goes down, and I think I made it to where I would like to camp for the night. But it's been a race against time. Looks perfect. Nice mountains, flat ground. Don't need nothing else. Yeah, I think around here it's even better. It's a bit cleaner. Look at this place, huh? It is getting dark though, so I gotta hurry up. This is the spot I'm gonna take. I'm gonna clean it up a little bit, get rid of some stones. It's getting super dark, and I'm gonna get my treat now, the Fanta that I got from the Bedouins. 2 dinars it costed me. But I'm gonna enjoy this, and as you can see, it fits perfectly in this little wadi here. I had to use some stones to tie it down because the sand is too loose. All right, see you in the morning. So, morning. Oh, that was one hell of a night, I have to say. So, it's an absolutely fantastic place. As you can see, it's stunning. However, the Bedouins, they have the craziest dogs I've ever seen. So what happened is there was this dog, or sometimes even 2 dogs, they're just patrolling the whole area, and they were just barking like crazy all night, and they wouldn't stop. Maybe around 3-4 in the night they stopped patrolling, but they would come right up to the tent and just go crazy, and it was a bit scary, to be honest. Did not feel good. So sleep was a bit so-so. So I did get a few hours of sleep towards the end, but it was also bitterly cold. It was a very, very damp evening, and I even think I got some condensation on the inside because of the dampness from the outside and the condensation from the inside. It just couldn't evaporate properly, so got a little bit wet. And now I'm happy to pack up and head over to Little Petra, which is going to be fantastic. So I got a bit of a drop here, going through the canyon. Looks absolutely amazing though, and I think if I would have waited 1 more kilometer, somewhere around here would be fantastic to camp. That was a bit treacherous, but it works. The cliffs are not slippery at least, so just wind your way down there. And that's about it. And on we go. And this place is no joke. I would not want to get caught out here in the middle of the night. I think if I would have continued yesterday, I would have been in big trouble, because going down was hard enough, but it gets worse. The more I see of it now, it's really, really treacherous. And there's not that many camp spots, to be honest, but there might be further down there. So only do this if you get plenty of time left. I ain't gonna lie, that did get my heart rate up quite a bit. But all you gotta do is to follow the ledge there. And it's quite okay. There are a couple of bad steps that are a little bit, you have to be extra careful, but else it's kind of fine. And once you're down from that climbing hill, you will be greeted with lots of camping spots. So from here on, it's probably no problem. Just look at the flatness of that surface and the amazing location. So I don't think it gets better than this. So if you do have the time, just push through. Yeah, everybody has said that you should camp at least 1 kilometer before you head into Little Petra. It has been super tricky around here, so I've been lost for a bit, and it turns out what I think is that you have to climb to this restaurant here. That's where you pass through, or else you just end up in a lot of trouble like I did. There is a restaurant up there, and there should be a pass going through. Okay, so it is the correct way. You come up to a shop with all kinds of stuff there. You got souvenirs and you have coffee and tea. I got a press on, I think. But yeah, there are no signs, no whatsoever, so could have put up a little bit of a sign there, I think. Here we are. So Little Petra is an outpost to the proper Petra. So it's a small town in its own right, but it's about 10 kilometers or 12 kilometers away from Petra proper. I'm not completely alone anymore. There are a couple of tours, or just one right ahead of me. Well, here is one more, just at the parking lot. So you got some shacks here. And I was hoping maybe I can get something to eat. We'll see. All right, I'm on my way, finally. So there's a little bit of hustler feeling here in the Little Petra area. After a bit of road walking, it kind of starts, I think. So here we got a nice canyon. And I'm going up there. I have arrived at what they call the Monastery, and it looks even more fabulous than I thought it would be. This is absolutely fantastic. Look at that thing. This is so cool. I knew it was going to be pretty cool, but this is even better than I thought. It looks, in parts, almost new. That is great. Wow. So I have to walk down, and it's about 5 kilometers until I come to the main Petra. So this is more like an outpost then. And just so you don't get the wrong impression, this is what it looks like so far. It's stores on all sides, so it's not pristine by any means. It's still a great experience though. This is it. This is the Treasury, and I have now come the back door to the Treasury. And look at that thing.